Hey guys, Daniel Hayden here, and I'd like to welcome you to our farm. Thanks to AFS and QC Supply, we now have some of the most state-of-the-art chicken houses, broiler houses that are out there, and some of the most efficiently running. And I'd like to show you some of the equipment that they supplied for us. Let me go ahead and show you the inside of our chicken houses. So the houses that AFS QC Supply did for us, they're 600 foot long. We have 31,000 birds in here, which is what we start out with. We keep them for 48 days. From the advancements of the heating systems, which I really like because it keeps our litter dry, and the water systems from the nipples that we have and the design behind the nipples and the functionality of them, we really couldn't ask for better performance out of our second flock of birds out of these new houses. First and foremost, water. Water is one of the most important things in poultry production, as most people may know. But our water system, from the aluminum rail system on top, which keeps them from roosting on top of the water lines themselves, and it's a nipple type of waterer. The nipples are actually these little silver pieces on the bottom that the chickens actually peck at, and that engages the water and water comes out. And if you have the waters at the optimum height, the birds are already looking up when they're engaging those nipples, and instead of having to fill their beaks up and look up to swallow, with the design from the sealing suspension on these waters and the feed systems, we can keep them up at an optimum height so we can eliminate a movement from filling their beaks up to actually swallowing the water. And with these nipples, they work really well because they don't, once they're done engaging them, they don't really waste but maybe a droplet of water, which is ideal because we want dry litter conditions in these houses. On to the feed lines, which we have 2 feed lines the full length of the house. We have 4 water lines the full length of the house. In our brood chamber, we have 2 different types of feed supplies. We have our regular feed pans, which have a flooding function in them when the birds are actually in their first brood. And that allows for the optimum amount of feed space for these birds so that they can get as much feed in their systems as possible. Because the younger these birds are, the better they convert feed to actual poundage, which makes feed efficiency a lot better. The other one besides the regular feed pans is what we call chick mates. They get turned down and we have pans we put underneath them that are square with no rails around them, just to give those birds easier access to feed when they're converting that up to 98% of everything they're eating. So these pans, industrial wide, are about the best performing pans out there when it comes to supplying the feed but not allowing to waste feed. And that's one reason why we chose these pans, and pretty much almost any integrator out there chooses this design of pan anymore because of how efficient they are for our birds. For the feed supply to come in from the bins from the outside, AFS helped us out and QC Supply helped us out with the IR systems. These are not toggle switches. These actually have infrared sensors inside of them that are electronically engaged. A lot more fail-safe than anything we've ever used, and we've been in the chicken business for 20 years. But they engage more often, they keep fresh feed supplied more often throughout these feed pans because we have these IR sensors as our control pans at the ends of the houses as well. And instead of engaging the pans 50 to 70 times a day, I'm engaging them 200 times a day, which gives the birds the best opportunity to get as much feed as possible in their systems, which helps feed supply, or which helps feed efficiencies and helps the bottom line because QC Supply and AFS do nothing but help the farmers out and have for ever since they've been around here. Hopefully I provided you with some information to kind of clear up how to get QC Supply to help you out in choosing the right options when it comes to equipment and construction. I encourage you to please go to their website at QC Supply and check out their different options. Just because of what I have doesn't mean it's the best option for everyone else, but they have the options to be able to suit the farm to anyone's preference for sure. And please, thank you for coming by our farm. And I encourage you to go to our website at haydenfarms.org. Check out our videos on how to raise chickens and see some of the outtakes that we do, and learn how to raise happy chickens.